Hello everyone, here's just going to be a video on what I think about the differences between like a fan with buttons on the base compared to a fan with dials like this, and what I think about them. I'm just going to leave the fan like that, only because I haven't featured this fan on my YouTube in quite a few months. Now, I don't know why I'm using these two as an example. I can use much better quality fans, but these two will do because it's fairly common to find these. You expect an average person to probably have one of these. With buttons on the base, there's electrical components inside the base. With a dial on the back, got all your components as like in here, and for this it goes up to here, but nothing in here. But that also means the base underneath is hollow and could be very flimsy. This one probably is also hollow on the inside, but with electrical components, so it's covered. With a dial, you turn it like this. Now with push buttons, yeah, this one's a bit buggy. It doesn't like to. I'm sorry about that. Anyways. Now, for me, I do actually prefer the look of a dial on the back of a fan like this. I prefer that. But I feel like this is more practical because in a situation like, if you got this fan in a tight area, you have to reach all the way back to turn it on. And the problem is, it can be tough if you've never used one before, which way you have to turn it on, a lower or higher speed or off. And not only that, you can't really determine the speed without listening to the speed differences. With a button fan, you exactly know which one's which, because it's much easier to get to. No, actually switch yourself off. I'm going to try and focus on that and not on the actual, what I think of the actual fan. Excuse the paint on the grill on this, I can't know anything about that. There's 4 buttons. That's just a single dial. It can be irritating for a dial fan because you have to reach around all the way to the back, which means you have to get real close to it. Not very practical for filming. For filming, you can stay nice and distant and still turn it on. Yes, I missed the button, I don't care. I just think this looks nice. Also, I got this assembly of the motor housing to maybe like, to get inside here to, I don't know, clean it or oil it. This is more annoying to take apart than this. Not because of that, that's just the motor housing that it has, but if we're talking like that style motor housing on this fan will still be easier to take off because you just have to like pry open the 4 clips and boom, it comes off, along with the oscillator. This thing, same for the oscillation. That really doesn't change. Just screw inside both, I think. Yeah. But now I've got a dial to deal with. This is much more, that's the problem with dial fans. They're way more annoying to disassemble and reassemble when it came to this. The base is much easier to take apart on a dial fan though, but just the motor housing is way more annoying. You still got to pry open 4 clips, but you also now have this to yank off and reassemble back on. You can tell I've chipped it here from trying to yank it off with pliers. Probably not the smartest move. I think it's the same on the other. This is the only similar one I have for buttons, so that's annoying. When it comes to actual practicality, I can't speak today. The push button fan, just stand back and just turn it on. Now I got the breezy one. I don't know why I chose medium. For this, also another thing about dial fans is you can't actually directly turn it off from high. It has to be turned off from low. which means you want to turn it off from high, you have to turn it as fast as you can. Look at this. If it would work, you just push this off button. There we go. And look, it's off. For some models, you have to go like push on, turn off to switch between speeds. I don't know. In my personal opinion, I really do prefer the look of a dial fan like this, but I really prefer the practicality of a button-based fan. So for me, I'll probably go a button-based fan. Even though it looks nicer, I really prefer that. Just because it's way more practical, much easier to disassemble. Because I don't usually disassemble bases, I more disassemble inside there. I think this looks pretty cool. You do get 16-inch and 9-inch models of this. But yeah, I'll prefer that. Like, it could be for like any type of one as well. It could be like a dial on the top, or like a GE at the very end around here. It could be like here, could even be up here maybe, or underneath here. If you're weird, I guess. It could be any type of dial fan. For button fans, it could be like any style, like that way of course, maybe diagonal. I've seen that before. You can even get like dial switches like it turns on there. That's a different story though. Which one do you guys prefer? Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see ya.